Hi, everybody. So I thought it would be nice if I could record instead of just typing to you so that you could see me and hopefully everything that I tell you will come across as more sincere and you'll see that I'm alive also. So there's that. So I am recording this video because I want to offer you an update about what to expect, sort of generally, and where we're going from here. So my plan is really to talk to you a little bit about me and what happened and how it sort of shaped how we're going to move forward in class. And then afterwards, I'm going to go through each class and sort of tell you how I would like you to be prepared for Monday and for the next week. And so I'll have it labeled so that you can jump ahead, so you don't have to listen to each class. And we'll go in order. So it will be in order of time. So it will be my Comm 100 class will be first, and then CAS 100 in person, and then CAS 100 remote, and then the corporate Comm 200, and then what's the final class? I think that's everything. Yeah, that's it all. That's everything. Okay, so it was extremely difficult. I have a really brand new appreciation for those of you that have had COVID and managed to stay in school and still continued in my classes, because this is my first time being able to even sit down at the computer in 2 weeks and even think about trying to do anything. And so it just has made me appreciate when you all came to me and I saw you and I heard you and I tried to be accommodating. I couldn't possibly understand your struggle or how you were feeling or what you were doing. I empathized, but I couldn't truly understand what you had been through. And now, having been through this, I admire that you're doing what you're doing. And I'm so sorry that I didn't do more in the time. And I also want to let you know that I see you all, and I see some of you who have had the virus, who are really struggling now, and I can see it in your eyes. Or if I haven't seen you in class, I've seen you not coming to class or struggling to get back on track. And there is help for you out there. So I want you to know that you can certainly meet up with Tony Paglia here on campus, and he can do more than just counsel. So Tony Paglia is our campus counselor, but he also is the disability services coordinator. And I don't know where COVID stands as far as documented disability with protections goes, but I know that this deserves accommodations. Having been in the situation that I'm in, this deserves certain accommodations, and I think that he can help liaison for you if need be so. So make sure that you're reaching out to him. And I'll make sure that I include the information in this video. Maybe right after here, we'll take a 2-second pause and I'll include his information and put it on the screen. Some other options that I'll also include are some crisis hotlines. They're in the syllabus, but I just want to mention them again. There were some times where I was so sick that I did not think I was going to make it, and I actually took advantage of the text hotline, the helpline. There's no shame. If you need somebody to reach out to and you're feeling down, you can certainly reach out to those hotlines, whether you're sick with COVID or whether you're just struggling with classes because it's after midterms and it's getting to be the holidays and stress is getting to everybody and the uncertainty of everything is so much. Okay, so I'll get you those resources. So that being said, another apology that I want to offer sincerely, and I'm trying not to cry. I was very excited, just as excited as I think a lot of you are about coming back in person. I tried to weigh choice, so that's why I set up the Zoom option. I wanted to make sure that those of you that wanted to have the safety of being able to attend from home, knew that you could. Had I ever known that having the class in person would put any of you at risk for something this serious, I would have never chosen to go back in person. And for that, I am so sorry. So many of you I've seen have gotten sick since you've been back in classes. And if it were at all caused by coming to one of my classes, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. So for that is why I've made a decision that we will not be going back in person for the rest of the semester. I cannot bear the thought of causing any of you to go through this sickness. Now, I know that not everybody gets sick in the same way. I know some people barely feel it. What I had was considered a mild case. I was in the emergency room 5 times. I was taken by ambulance once, and I don't remember it. And this was a mild case. Okay, so it's still considered mild. So our mild cases run the spectrum of pretty severe to barely feel anything at all. So just risking one of you feeling like this, I feel like I'm not doing my duty as an instructor for what's in your best interest for learning, because the things that we learn in this class, you can definitely learn from me online during a pandemic. So I am so sorry if any of you felt pressured to come to class and became sick as a result, okay? So we will not be coming back in person for the rest of the semester for my classes. Now, that will not affect, of course, the remote class. Everything will remain the same. For the rest of us, all that will be different is that our in-person days will be via Zoom. Our asynchronous days will still be asynchronous, okay? They're going to be exactly the same. They'll be asynchronous. So that's sort of the plan as far as the rest of the semester goes. So the next thing that I want to do is break down exactly what you should be doing for each class of mine for when we meet again on Monday, okay? What I want you to have read for all of my classes. I know that you all enjoy and count on my weekly overviews. And I am going to promise I will get back into the habit of doing that. I know that it's helpful for all of you, but right now I just need to do it day by day. And I promise that as my strength builds, I'll make sure that I'm giving you more of a heads up, but you won't be penalized in any way for this. So just know that. But for right now, I'll be telling you, for example, what you should be doing for Monday. On Monday, I'll tell you where we should head on Wednesday, and then for Friday. And our due dates will be shifted back in all of the classes, so don't worry about that. Okay, so now this is the part where you can go ahead and skip forward in the video to find your heading, your slide, and find out where you need to be, okay? Okay, hi Comm 100 students. So I was looking, and thankfully it feels like we're not too far behind. So let me sort of orient you for what you should be doing. So let me share my screen here. I'm not going to do the weekly overview. I'm just going to do the, just sort of, why did it start from the top? I'm just going to start from the week 12 module. So this is where we're going to start off. I want you to go ahead and do your week 12 reading and your week 12 quiz like you would normally. For your week 12 discussion, I want you to instead, we're going to be creating an online discussion. So there are very distinct explanations. So you'll do your reading. The person who needs to do their reading this week or their video this week should be doing that and sending it to me, and I'll post it. And then you need to write a 250 word response to the reading. So you could, the question that you would normally ask, for example, you could try to answer yourself. You could, maybe there's something that really shocked you about the reading or something that you didn't understand. So you looked it up. Any of those things could work, okay? So you also have to respond to at least one classmate. And so this is how you'll use your class time on Wednesday to build these. And here's what I'm looking for. Are you adhering to the guidelines in the prompts? Okay, or up above, are you doing these things? Is it 250 words? Is it significant? Did you clearly read it? Are you using materials from the lecture, from the class, from the reading? Here's what I just don't want to see. I really like the reading. Dr. P chose something really cool for us. It was a little hard to understand, but overall, I thought it was a good choice, thumbs up. Okay, that means that you didn't actually do the reading. That's not what I want to see, okay? So I want to know that you did the reading. I want you to actually write about the reading itself. So that's what I'm looking for there. I want to make sure, do you have to have proper API citations? No, I don't really care about that. I just want you to make sure you're using proper grammar and spelling. Put it into spell check in the Word when you type it out if you need to, and then copy and paste it into the thread. And then finally, when you replied, was it good post, Kyle? I liked it. Good job. No. Was it, you made a really good point, and I kind of wrote about that too. I also wonder about blah, blah, blah. Okay, it could be like that. So that's what we're looking for there. I can talk about this more on Monday. So Monday, we're actually going to be watching a video, and we're going to start watching this video series as part of a review that's going to take us sort of from the beginning of humanity. And we're going to continue watching these because now we're at a part of the class where we're in contemporary times. And it's not, I don't really need to cover social media, for example, because you are living it. And so instead, I still want you to be reading these chapters and understanding the theory behind them, but I want to focus more our lecture time on reviewing and gearing up for our media timeline, which is quickly approaching. We have a little over a month. So actually about a month and a half, right? Yeah, a month and a half. So for you all then, let's just recap. For Monday, I would like you to have read chapter 12, okay? We'll be watching a video then. For Wednesday, you'll have your normal discussion. And then we will also, I'll talk about this, actually I'll talk about it now. For your newsletter assignment on Monday during class, I'm going to have you go in, or you can go ahead and do it now and do it as soon as you watch this video. I'd like you to go in and look at our newsletter assignment here and our Shenango source newspaper. I want you to look at the 4 types of features that the newspaper has, and I'd like you to choose your first and post your first and second choice. So by Friday, I will have put you into a group that contains either your first or second choice. I'm going to try to do that. Hopefully I can do that. And then on Friday, you'll have your newsletter assignment number 2. You'll be put into a group, and I want you to think about 2 story ideas that you can think of right now that would work within the framework. It's a discussion area now that you'll be put in with your group. So you'll say, hey group, you know, I'm in sports and I was thinking it really might be great to cover the new athletic director and we just got a new assistant I just saw. So really do something about them. Or I think it'd be really great to cover the season, the basketball season or the girls volleyball season, or so many different things, but everything has to be Shenango focused. Okay, we really want to try to keep a Shenango focus for this. So, okay, Comm 100 students, that's where we're at. I am slowly catching up on emails. I'm starting with my oldest, which are from October. So I'm going backwards and trying to do 5 to 10 at a time. And then I have to take normally a break, and I'll do 5 to 10 more and take a break. So if you do need me, email me, but just please give me some patience. Okay. All right. Bye, Comm 100 students. Okay, CAS 100 in-person students. Okay, so this is the Monday, Wednesday, Friday in-person students. So I'm going to share my screen here and sort of orient you and get you sort of understanding where we're going to be. So we have a lot that we need to do this week. Okay, and I've actually extended as many due dates as I could. Well, I think I actually, let me refresh my screen because I think that because I didn't refresh those dates. Okay, yeah, there we go. Those dates are all updated now. So I can't remember, towards the end of when we had finished our speeches, Jacob and a couple other students had told me there were problems with the chapter 5 and 6 quiz. I see some of you did it and some of you have not. I've extended the due date for 2 weeks. So please just go in and do that. We've covered that material. I'd also like you reading chapter 12, okay? And I'm not doing the weekly overview this week. So please read chapter 12 and take the chapter 12 quiz. If we haven't read chapter 12. See, this is, so I also have embedded an informative self-critique bonus opportunity. So you can do a self-critique of your speech. I want you to give yourself a grade, you know, what you think you deserve. You'll see that's an opportunity for you. You can go back if you want and do any of the bonus opportunities I've offered, even if they are past due. I never mind if you want to take advantage of those. So when we meet on Monday, I'm going to do my best, okay, my very best at going over persuasive speaking finally and the persuasive speech assignment. So you all know what we need to be doing. Oh, that reminds me, I need to find the persuasive speak topic approval and embed it here also. Okay, sorry guys, let me persuasive speech topic approval. Okay, so got that in there. So now that's, and I need to change the due date on that. So that's what we'll be doing then on Monday. Okay, so on Monday, we will be going over the persuasive speech. We'll be going over the persuasive speech topic, or we'll be talking about that. We'll be talking about the assignment. We'll be talking about expectations for that. Now, then on Wednesday, you're going to be doing an at-home workshop. This is the one that I told you all about. This is going to be really helpful now because we'll be going via Zoom. Now, some of you already submitted your persuasive speech approval. Cool. So you'll be doing your speech live, but it won't be in front of the class. It will be in front of the Zoom room. Okay. And so I think the best practices for camera workshop will be still extremely advantageous for you. So you'll start here where it says best practices on camera and video editing workshop. Then we'll have a learning check. You'll go into video production tips, a learning check there. Okay, and then that's where you'll end it. So that's your Wednesday materials. I want you focusing on this. Then on Friday, this is when you'll be doing all of your extras. You can do your quizzes. This is when you'll do your bonus opportunity if you'd like. You can go back and do other bonus opportunities. And that's sort of where we'll be at. Now, if you have questions for me or if you have emails, I am trying so hard to go back into my emails. I'm doing like 5 at a time. I'm clear back in October still. So I promise I'm not ignoring you. I'm just trying to go in order. So I'm trying to answer and go back and respond to everybody one at a time. And so just know that if it's something that I can take care of without even needing to reply, I probably won't. If it's, hey, Dr. P, I turned something in late, wondering if you'd still accept credit for that, I just will, okay? I'm not even gonna say yes, I'm just gonna do it, okay? Just know that, okay? So that's it, guys. I will see you on Monday, and I'm excited to see you again. And I missed you guys. All right, bye. All right, my CAS 100 remote students. So fortunately, because of you are slightly ahead of my other CAS class, only because for them, they do their speeches in class. And so it takes time out. And so my intention was to carve out more time for us to do work time together, one-on-one for our speeches. So fortunately, we're really not that far behind from where we were. So let me share my screen here and show you my intentions for what we're going to do the rest of the week, or well, just for this week. So first of all, I'm pushing back the due date. So your persuasive speech was supposed to be due the week before Thanksgiving. You can certainly aim for that, and you're more than welcome to if you'd like to. I know that some of you just want to get it done and over with so that by the time you come back from break, you don't have to worry about it. But I will be accepting them up until the last day of classes now. Okay, so just know that. And I had designed it so that the final for this class was a group project that was really low stakes. It was a 20-point discussion where you created something together. And so if you also don't want to have it done before Thanksgiving, don't think that your final for this class is so super high stakes and it's going to be too much all at once and everything will be crazy, because that's not true either. Okay, so the choice is yours, but the persuasive speech will now not be due until after Thanksgiving break, last week of classes. So for week 12, actually, let me just remove the overview because I didn't update that. I want you to read the chapter on chapter 14 and chapter 12 if you haven't read chapter 12 yet, and take the quizzes. I want you to, if you would like to, the informative self bonus critique opportunity. I strongly recommend that you do this. This is a high stakes bonus. This is a 10-point bonus opportunity because it's so important, I believe, for you all to do it. This is where you will grade yourself. You actually take the rubric and grade yourself. And I don't want you to use what I use. I want you to pretend that you're the teacher. I want to see what you think you should get, okay? Based on what you know and using the criteria on that rubric. So when we come together on Tuesday, I want to really focus on some examples of some good example of Monroe's motivated speeches and watch those together and sort of critique them and look at them and decide what makes them good. And so that's my plan. And then this week you'll have a discussion, and your discussion is centered around nonverbal. Oh, darn. I think that clip was removed. Let me look. I had to fix this in another class. Yeah, I'll fix it. But so, darn it. Darn. I just remembered that because that was a fun discussion. And darn it. Well, I'll find a discussion. Either way, it'll be a discussion where we're looking at nonverbal communication patterns. So I'll find the one that I did for last semester and fix this. But this is all available to you now, so you can get started, but this is what to expect for next week. So this is the class. In my other classes, I have healthcare workers too, but this is the class where I know that many of you are out there. And let me just say, you guys are the reason that I even had the strength every time when I was loaded on a stretcher and taken, every IV I was given, every pillow I was offered, every blanket I was offered. I thought of you guys. I don't know in person what I imagine what you look like, but I thought of you a million times and how much you put your lives out there. You're very much appreciated by me. So thank you guys. So I just want you to know that, okay? You're very, very much appreciated for this. And I don't think you get enough credit here at Penn State for what you do. And I think that what you do is very noble and what you're learning to do. Okay. All right, guys. So I will see you Tuesday. Bye-bye. Okay, last but not least, my CC students. So my tight, small class. You all probably have been in the dark the most because all of this happened right as you were turning in your papers and needing me the most. And of course, I was missing. So I feel so guilty and terrible about that. I'm so sorry. Not all of you have turned them in, some of you have. For those of you that haven't, don't panic. I know that's because you need my help and I will help you. So let me tell you where we're sort of going to go this week. So on Monday, when we meet, we're going to talk about our papers and where we're at in the process and whether we're done or whether we're not done. Nobody's paper is graded. Okay, so just know that. So this is going to be a feedback type process. So no matter where you are in the paper process, whether you finished, whether you turned it in and you're happy with it, whether you turned it in, you're not happy with it. This is where we're going to talk about it, get ideas. And if you are struggling, this is going to be our opportunity to sort of say, okay, here's, hey, here's an idea I have for this. Okay. We're also going to get together and start working weekly on our final group project. So I'll introduce that this week. Let me share my screen. This might help a little bit. And then we're going to do a fun project on Friday. So there's no reading for this week, okay? No reading. So your individual communication report, which was already done, it's due, but if you haven't turned it in again, remember, don't panic. The due date is extended for as long as you need. I just want you to get it done. So we'll be talking about that on Monday, leading a discussion on that. Wednesday, we'll start. And I'm really going to, I'll introduce the project. I'm really going to take a step back. And it'll be interesting because from now on, we're all going to be via Zoom. And so hopefully this will be a more conducive to more comfortable conversations between us all for the group project. I think it'll be easier if we're all on Zoom. And then here's what your social media analysis is. So you might want to get on this as soon as possible. So if you, I want you to choose one of the companies that I have listed, and I want you to pick it. And then I want you to go do a nice little comprehensive analysis, just subjective and interpretive of their social media, just based on what we've learned in class. Once somebody's picked it, you can't pick it. So if somebody goes and goes, oh, I want to do Apple, and I would hurry up and write, I have Apple before I even write anything, so nobody else can get it. Okay, guys. So that's sort of where we are for this week. So I'll see you on Monday. I have not looked at your papers, and for that, I'm so sorry. But I promise, let's talk on Monday, see how you all are feeling about them, and then we'll go from there. Okay. All right. Bye, guys. I'm excited to see you Monday.